Miss Bell, you have cancer. I cried from a place that I didn't even know existed. After I realized that it was real, I guess somewhere in my mind, I guess I wanted it to be a misdiagnosis. Um, I was then told to go to a specialist. So I I I want to say that it was maybe a Thursday or Friday. So it was close to the weekend. So I remember if the first person I remember calling was my mom, and then I called my aunt. And my aunt was the first person to get there. I was terrified. Um, and it's like eventually all my family just started like trickling in. And I lived in this little apartment, so you can imagine it was just overwhelming, scary, um, safe, all at the same time because my family just rallied around me and loved on me and prayed for me. And as my family was praying for me, um, I thought I had heard God before, um, but in that prayer, I knew I had heard God. And it was just three words: it is well. And I held on to that. Um, I was went to the specialist, and when I tell you that this cancer specialist, um, he was just like, I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do. If only you would have came 6 months earlier. It's too far gone. So there's nothing I can do. I think that was the first time that, and this I think this is my first time saying it out loud. I just knew I was gonna die. I just knew it. I knew I was going to leave this earth. Um, because if a specialist says that there's nothing that he can do, and what else am I supposed to do? But God had told me. I knew that God had told me that it was well. So I had to immediately start treatment. Um, and in and as I'm thinking about it, I'm remembering the specialist. Miss Bell, you have cancer. And your cancer is the size of a softball. And I'm like, softball. 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 This is inside of me. The size of a softball. Right in the neck of my womb. A tumor the size of a softball. I knew what God had said. He said it is well. But the specialist saying there's nothing he can do. So, second time, I'm hearing these words. Okay? Immediately, I start chemo radiation. 5 days a week, chemo radiation. And the doctor back home that I got the honor and the privilege to meet, he came in. He said, Miss Bell, you have cancer. Third time I heard those words. Third time. He said, the cancer is the size of a golf ball. A golf ball? What happened to my softball? I was carrying a softball. That's what the specialist said. A golf ball. A golf ball? A softball. I immediately held on to what God had told me. It is well. I'm not carrying this anymore. Now I'm carrying this. This immediately started dissolving to this. Before any chemo, before any radiation. This awesome doctor, awesome man of God, awesome angel, he said, we're going to treat you. We're going to give this tumor aggressive radiation. We're going to do all we can do. And God is going to do the rest. I looked up at this doctor with my 32-year-old self and just bawled and bawled and cried and cried. I was like, this is God. This is all God. This is all in God's plan. But why? 3 months of aggressive chemo radiation. 3 months. After 3 months of cancer treatment, 3 months, and God began to show me first doctor, my OB doctor, Miss Bell, you got cancer. Cancer specialist, Miss Bell, you got cancer. Oncologist, Miss Bell, you got cancer. 3 doctors, 3 months. I was cancer free. 3 months. And during those 3 months, and my mom, how she always bring this back to my remembrance whenever we do talk about it. You did fine. You did good the whole time. I mean, the chemo, throwing up, sick, all of that. She's like, you had one breakdown. I had one breakdown because I had to hold on to what he had told me. And he had told me that it was well. I had to believe that. I had to get up, get dressed, go to the doctor, go to chemo bay, go to radiation, be put to sleep during radiation. Because the radiation that I needed, I had to literally get put to sleep, flipped some type of way to target that cancer. So I'm thinking to myself, God, you are amazing. So I wanted to share my story. I wanted to not hold back anymore. I wanted to give anybody hope, anybody encouragement. Cancer took a big part of who I was as a woman. Cancer took threw me into menopause. I have hot flashes and mood swings and irritability, and sometimes I have stomach problems. All of that come from chemo and radiation, and sometimes I have skin growths that come up on me. All of these things come from the toll that cancer, chemo and radiation took on my body. I'm very easy to catch colds, and because my immune system was completely broken down, cancer took a lot of that. But what cancer did not take, and today, what cancer left a strong faith in me. Cancer left a great outlook on life and what could be, and God's miracle and God's plan and the healing power of Jesus. God has given me such peace. And for that, I am so grateful. For that, I am so thankful. What has cancer left? Cancer had left a miracle.